Okay, great. Again, welcome. Thank you so much for attending our Exhibitor Resource Fair info session. My name is Alicia Exantis. I am part of the mm, exhibitor, let's see our fancy word I'm going to pick here. Exhibitor team. We're going to go with team. I am one of the exhibitor team members, and you will see Lindsay Smith as well. Both of us are specifically working with you guys, the exhibitors, organizations that are going to be a part of the resource fair. We have Sherry Courier listed here. She is our initiative lead. And then Erica Kelly is the project manager of this event. I'm going to pass it. Oh, I'm not passing it yet. I'm going to go over some of our housekeeping welcome type things we're going to do today. We do ask that you keep your microphone muted. As we said, this session will be recorded and we wanted to make sure you were aware of that. If you need anything at any time, please, you can raise your hand like this. The ladies will be watching out for that, or there is a button you can push to electronically raise your hand. But please know at the very end, we will have a question and answer session. So it might be best to save those questions till the very end and then we can answer them for you there. Our agenda for today, we will go ahead and review our event overview of what we will be doing, as well as background information, event information like social media, exhibitor setup, day of information, and connections you'll make. We're going to review and verify exhibitor registration. We'll go over some best practices in regards to your booths. And then, like I said, really important, that question and answer session at the end. That's how we'll wrap up our presentation today. All right, now I am going to pass it over to Sherry to review some background information.
Thank you, Alicia. Welcome, everyone. Really excited to see you all on here, and especially, as Lindsay pointed out, some new folks that weren't able to attend last year, but that are participating this year. Now, when we started this particular event out last year, we didn't know there was going to be a second year. So we're super excited that it was popular and that we are back by popular demand from everyone to hold this DeSoto County Ahead event. And of course, we originally had it scheduled in November. So thanks everybody for bearing with us as we had to reschedule based on Hurricanes Helene and Milton. However, that did not deter us from rescheduling to the January 8th date. And last year, if you weren't there, we had about a little over 325 people that attended the event. So you can imagine there was a lot of folks there. The most exciting part for us, I think, was to watch all of the resource tables, all of your exhibits, all of your exhibitors going around and meeting each other, some for the first time, some making acquaintances that you hadn't had in years. But to understand that all of those resources that are at this event are for DeSoto County, for people that live in DeSoto County, for those of you that serve DeSoto County, and for all of you to know how you might need to reach out to other resources. So we have more exhibitors than we had last year. We are, above the 54 mark right now. And so we're making some adjustments to the particular location to make sure that it's pleasant. It's not going to be exactly the same as last year. So come excited to see some new things that have been added for this event. And we'll get your feedback on the after action of the actual event day to find out how we did on that, because we always like to throw in some new stuff. But, as you know, the Patterson Foundation has been working in the community for a number of years in a variety of different initiatives. You especially know the Suncoast Campaign for Grade Level Reading and the Remake Learning Days, our Digital Access for All initiative, and of course now the DeSoto County Ahead specific initiative about all of DeSoto County. So we're excited to be back. We're excited to have you participate. For those of you that are new, this session will help you understand what to expect and how you can participate fully in this particular session as opposed to just attending at your own exhibit. We also hope that as you leave, you walk away with a sense of belonging and meaningful exchange among all of you, so that we all have a shared purpose moving forward. So thanks, Alicia, for a couple minutes to talk about the origin of the event and how excited we are for this next one to come along.
Of course. Thank you, Sherry. All right. I wanted to go ahead and point out some materials that should have been emailed to you yesterday. If for some reason you did not get an email with both of these or you had trouble opening them up, please drop your email into our chat. We'll make sure we get those to you. The first one is our exhibitor packet. That does provide general information and logistical details for the actual event. And then we have our communications guide. So that provides information about media inquiries, some example talking points, and social media details that you can share with your networks as well as with your involvement in this event specifically. Exhibitor setup. All of you on the call here today, you have already selected the time that your organization will be setting up, but we did want to point out that there were two options here, just in case something comes up and you do need to switch to the other one. If for some reason neither of these work, you can always send us an email. We'll accommodate you the best that we can to make sure you have time to get set up. But what you see in red on this slide is the most important. We do need all of the exhibitor booths to be completed and ready to go by 3:00 p.m. on January 8th. And that is because the event does start at 4. Check-in, what you will do is you will check in with one of our TPF representatives located in the lobby. That is that front entrance, also known as the south main entrance. You will come in, that's where you will receive your table number as well as the location of it. Then you will enter in the two doors of the Turner Center and you will see Lindsay and I there at a table ready to help you in any way that we can. We'll make sure that you know where your booth is, how to get to it, and anything you need additionally that you think of day of or while you're setting up, we'll be there to help you with that. In regards to unloading, you're more than welcome to unload in that front south main entrance, or you can drive around back to that east garage door, unload, unpack, but we do ask that you then take your car back to that front main entrance and park in that area. So again, if you are unloading around back, no problem. We just ask that your car then be parked right back up front. Materials, we will provide an 8-foot table and 2 chairs. Those will be there for you, but we ask that you bring all other materials. We did want to point out 2 things. One is that there will not be an electrical outlet for you to use at the event. And then we are expecting to have around 400 plus local residents and organizations of various ages and backgrounds. So if you do have any dual language materials, this would be a great place to provide those to families that are English as a second language. Also, any type of handouts or things you'd like to give to them. Again, our number is 400 plus for the event this year. Day of event. As exhibitors, we went ahead and made in bold your big times. This is when we need someone at your booth there to go ahead and present and to engage with attendees. But we are going to review the entire event schedule for you. From 4 to 6 will be that resource fair. It was a huge hit last year. The energy was just so contagious and it was awesome to be a part of. Then from 6 to 6:45, we'll go into dinner. After dinner, from 6:45 to 7:30, there will be a program presentation. And then from 7:30 to 8, we will have a last call for resource fair. So again, 4 to 6 resource fair. And then 7:30 to 8, there will be a last 30-minute slot for attendees to go over and participate in the resource fair one last time. Exhibitor passport. This is my favorite part. All of you will receive a sticker that will go onto a passport of an attendee. Not only will you receive a sticker, you will receive a passport yourself. We strongly encourage that all attendees use their passports to walk around, engage with different organizations, receive those numbers, but we strongly encourage you as exhibitors to do the same. We are all about connecting and engaging. As an exhibitor booth, we encourage you to have more than one person there so that you can take turns leaving to go network and meet and engage with others, organizations, while someone is still at your booth. Each exhibitor, like I said, you will be provided a sticker number. You will be provided a passport along with the attendees. And the number one question you're probably going to get asked is related to this next part right here. Any attendee or exhibitor that engages with 25 booths or more will receive a $25 gift card and be entered for a $1,000 pay it forward award to the nonprofit of their choice. So what's the big question you're going to be asked? Where do we go to turn in our passports? We heard it a lot. As exhibitors, we would love if you'd send them back our way. Again, you're going to see Lindsay and I at that exhibitor help table, help booth, right in the front. Not if you go to the lobby, you've gone too far. We're going to be right before you get into the lobby. That's where you, as well as the attendees, will turn in your passport with 25 stickers or more to receive your gift card. As long as we receive the passport before 6:45, you will then, all of those passports will be entered for a $1,000 pay it forward that must be given to a 501c3 nonprofit that operates at least partially in DeSoto County. And that winner will be announced at the event. Let's see here. Yep. And like I said, we strongly encourage you as an exhibitor to also walk around and participate. Who will you connect with at the event? Listed here are our exhibitors that we have so far. We do have room for just a couple more. If you know of any organization that you think would be a great fit for this event, please let us know. We can send them information. You can send them our email. But if you peek here, these are the organizations we have so far listed and ready to go for our event. Social media. Social media is a really big deal in our everyday world, but also for this event. You will see different hashtags used before, during, and after, like DeSoto County Ahead, TPF Aspire, Turn Outward. And we do ask that you tag the Patterson Foundation. We have that here. But our big push for today is we would love for you to invite and encourage those that your organization is connected with and works with all the time to please come to the event. So when we send you the after action survey today, we are going to include a poster, save the date. Again, if you could pass that on to those in your community that you think would just really get a lot out of all of the resources that will be available, that would be great. All right. Have you registered as an attendee? That is our question for you as exhibitors. All of you here have registered as exhibitors because that's how you got invited to this Zoom session. Perfect. Second part is, have you registered for an attendee? We need to make sure that all of you, as well as anyone that will be working your booth, has registered as an attendee. This is how we get our official count. This is how we make sure dinner is ready to go and portioned out perfectly. We would love if you could connect with those that are going to be working your booth to make sure they have also registered as an attendee. If you'd like, the QR code is available for you here, but Erica has also dropped into the chat. If you'd like to go ahead and open that up, send it to those that will be working your booth so that they can also be registered as an attendee. All right, exhibitor best practice. We know many of you have done this before, but we did want to point out just a couple best practices. We do encourage you to have a welcoming smile and make friendly impressions to everyone. Before the event starts, we encourage you to walk around and get to know organizations at that time too. Please introduce your program or your service in a very clear and easy language. We love the use of branding and marketing tools to attract people to your table. You will see an example on the next slide of a bright, beautiful table, very inviting. We would love to see your pop-up posters, the names of your organization on the tablecloths, any type of branding that you like to use to showcase your organization. Incentives and rewards are always a big hit. I know last year there were a couple of the spinner wheels. We could hear them tick, 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 going around and around. And every attendee will have a bag as well. So no need to worry about where will they put the pens or things that you offer. They will have bags to put their things in. And then we just ask that you be yourself, connect with the community in real life, and we'll see what happens. Here is that photo I was talking about of our example table. Forever Friends does a great job showcasing their organization. It's bright, it's inviting, and yeah, we wanted to make sure we displayed a table here for you that was great for our event last year. All right, the honorarium. This slide is also very important because we will need your participation to make sure we can get it to you. As an appreciation for your participation in the DeSoto County Ahead Resource Fair, any 501c3 nonprofit organization who meets both of the following will receive a $150 donation or honorarium from the Patterson Foundation to their organization that's there, or the organization of your choice, as long as they operate in DeSoto County. All right, I said both things to qualify. So I want you to know, all of you can check the first one off your list because you are here attending our live Zoom information session. And then the second thing is that you do participate in the January 8th resource fair as an exhibitor. As long as you've met both of those items, the $150 donation or the honorarium will be mailed to the organization of your choice. But in the after action survey you'll get today, we need information about where that honorarium is going. So if you'd like to go ahead and click this QR code, or it has been dropped into our chat box, I'm also going to email it to you. So there's 3 ways today that you will have the opportunity to get to that after action survey. We're going to need to know the organization's name that you would like the honorarium to go to, the address of that organization, and who it should be addressed to when we mail it. All checks will be mailed to the organization of your choice after the January 8th event. And again, we have to have this information to send that out to the organization of your choice. So it's very important. All right. Thank you so much. We're very excited to have you at our DeSoto County Ahead Resource Fair. With 71% of you not attending last year, I'm very interested to see if you have any questions, concerns, anything you'd like to ask. We're going to go ahead and take our presentation off. Perfect. And feel free to raise your hand if you have any questions, drop in the chat box, anything like that. Okay, Carissa, I thought I saw you looking for that mute.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a Teams girl, so I'm like on Zoom trying to navigate myself.
No problem.
So I do know that we registered initially before the date change, and now afterwards, I'm like second guessing what all steps I've taken as far as for myself and then one of my employees who will be attending as well. Who should I follow up with? Who's the best person to follow up with to figure out where we're at if we're missing any kind of registration?
I would say it would be me or Lindsay. We'll go ahead. If you want to send us an email, we'll just make sure the names that you list are registered as attendees. And then in regards to that honorarium, if you fill out that after action survey and we see you at the event, those are checked off. So you're good to go with those.
Perfect. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because I know I thought I had registered my employee that will be going with me for everything, but she didn't receive the invite to this. Only I did. So then I started second guessing. So I'll reach out to you guys and then we'll just make sure that everyone who needs to be on there is on there.
Okay, sounds great.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. Yes,
Also,
Jessica.
Carissa, I'd also, for everyone, I'd mention if you recently received the DeSoto Digest for the newsletter, the digital version, there are links to the registrations for general attendees in all of those stories. And so we'd love for you to share with anybody else in your organization, even if they're not going to be working at your booth. It's a great way for them to meet and greet everybody. And so you should be able to see that registration. And I believe also Erica dropped that in the chat earlier for attendees too.
Awesome.
So
Thank you.
Thanks.
Jessica, do you have a question for us?
Yeah, it's really the same thing as Carissa. So I'm Jessica Nicola. I'm the behavioral health director for DeSoto Memorial Hospital. We do have a marketing director, and that is Sarah Hipp. She's really going to be your primary contact, but she didn't get the emails, and I thought I added her as with the registration, but she didn't get the invite to the meetings. I have been trying to forward her the invite, and I think that worked, but she did have a conflict where she wasn't available for this particular session, and she's happy to watch the recording to get ready for the event, but I just want to make sure that she's on your email list and that you're connecting with Sarah as well. I'm more so the Charlotte County lady, and
Okay.
Sarah DeSoto County lady, because I head up our satellite location in Port Charlotte. So where
Okay.
I'll be at the event and I'll be, assisting with the event. Sarah more your point person.
Okay, great. I know I have seen the name. So when you registered, thank you so much for putting her name there. I'll email her. We can go ahead and set the recording, but if she'd like to meet one-on-one with any additional questions, I'll be sure to reach out to her. I'll make a note of
Well,
that here.
Make sure she's, in the loop with any changes and anything that might happen between now and the event. We just want it to be as successful as possible, and we appreciate you inviting us and including us. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Hey, Jessica, can you have access to the chat right there? And you want to put, verify Sarah's email for us in the chat? Because I know we've got her on many lists, but we might want to make sure that it's accurate. Thank you.
Yeah, and the other issue is with the hospital, it's like extra secure, so you have to register in order
Oh,
to
yeah. So
email
that
with
is-
her.
That's probably it right there, because I know she's on all of our lists, so so that would require a registration for her to be able to
Okay.
accept. Okay.
Yep,
Thank
that's
you.
the one. We do have that one on file. So we have been
Okay.
sending it. So maybe they're just not getting through. So that might be I can see here that we do have that one. Is there anything additional
Thank
we
you
need to
for-
do to get it registered?
No, it might be that she needs to acknowledge you guys, so you're not her junk.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll have-
Have her do that. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, Jennifer?
Alicia, do you mind going back to the last QR code? I was trying to get my camera open at the same time and I didn't move fast enough.
No problem at all. I believe that's the after action survey one, correct?
Sorry, it was the one to give back or
Oh,
the 150 honorarium? Yes.
Yep,
Thank you.
of course.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yay. All right. Any other questions or concerns? Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming today. If you think of anything, please let us know. Also on that after action survey, there is a question where if you have an additional question or concern, feel free to put it in there. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you on January 8th. We can't wait. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.
It's